Joe here. I just want to point out, it's what's today's story? What's today's date? May 11th, 2014. Happy Mother's Day. Sunday. Okay, so I have in my hand the remainder of my stories, right? And the hat is empty, and then I can be done with all of these stories because my brain is starting to hurt trying to remember everything. It's different when it's a party trick and like you do it in front of people and it's like hilarious, and then like when you meet someone, completely different. Because if you meet like a new person, you could retell the story that you've told before because they've never heard it before, so it's great. But when you tell one story and you can't say it again, it's just like it's killing you. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be my story of the day. So 6 days left, technically, according to that. We can all breathe happily. So today's story, Can Jam. I am obsessed with Can Jam. Obsessed. I used to be terrible at sports. Terrible. Terrible at throwing a frisbee. Couldn't do many things. I hate running. It's interesting. So, when Can Jam came about, I was in some friend's backyard. I want to say Bohemia, and they were all drunk, and I was watching them play, and I was like, is this a drinking game? This was years ago. This is before Can Jam was mainstream. And I was like, what is this? And then one of the sober friends was explaining, it's a frisbee game, you throw it, you get X amount of points, you slot win, blah, blah, this, and I was like, oh, this is cool. So I was playing against drunk people, and I won, because they had no coordination. I was like, this is cool, I feel great. So, what a great way to boost your ego in a sport, and when you're playing against drunk people, and drunk people are just stupid. I think drinking's stupid. Anyway, so with all of the frisbeeness, that was 4, 5, 6 years ago. I couldn't even tell you how long. Years ago. And then it got mainstream. 2011, 2012. I don't know. My brother got it, and then I had it, and then practice trick shots and do that, and you do that. Do the regular, and then you can do the 360 jump and the 360 under the leg, and all these crazy things. I love frisbee. I love the history of frisbee, which I don't really want to get into. But it's either at Harvard or at Yale. The students were throwing a flying disc and saying frisbee, because back in the day, kids would throw the frisbee pie pan and say frisbee. And then one of the companies from, I think Wham-O owns Frisbee. Is that who owns Frisbee? Like the Frisbee disc Frisbee? I think it's Wham-O. The toy company Wham-O. And then one of the marketers or something went to Harvard and saw the kids throwing the flying disc and saying Frisbee, and he's like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then he changed the name to Frisbee disc, and then everybody bought it because everybody knew what a Frisbee was. So then that's why Frisbee is so popular. You don't say flying disc. You say a Frisbee. So my information might be a tad bit smushed. Look it up. YouTube it. Google it. Wikipedia. I don't care. It's a fascinating story, actually, and I want to go to Harvard just to see the Frisbee that started it all. I don't remember when. Early 1900s? Late 1800s? Couldn't tell you. But Can Jam is marvelous. I was in a competition once at a friend's grad party. It lasted 4 damn hours. God, my leg killed me. But it was so much fun. Finally, we lost. It was so much fun. It's hard to play Can Jam by yourself because you can't play Can Jam by yourself. You need 4 people to play. So when you have friends who aren't close by, it's hard. It's hard to get together and play a game of Can Jam. Or if you still have friends away at school, like friends are still, finishing out their school year. It's so frustrating trying to play Can Jam when no one's around. And imaginary friends can only do so much in your mind. Sometimes you need a friend. Cue, you got a friend in me from Toy Story. Okay. Play Can Jam. It's good for the soul. Stay in our braggies.